Okay, so for week 3 of fall anime, these shows seem to keep going, explaining their stories, escalating with one or two fights and confrontations. I'll have my rankings of these shows again. It was pretty much consistent throughout. I'm just waiting for more climactic actions to happen, but I appreciate the story so far. Okay, so for Higurashi When They Cry, episode 4. Alright, so it's June 23rd, the day we were waiting for. And if you don't know what that means, now you know. So, the time has come. It's kind of an innocent day so far. Keiichi kind of has PTSD from Reina just breaking into his house the other day. He's like, Mom, I'm not trying to go to school today. He tells Keiichi, oh yeah, you could go to the doctor's then if you're not feeling good. The clinic seems to be closed for reservations, and since it's a small town, there's no other clinics, so like, he's kind of shit out of luck, but alright. So then, yeah, he goes to school. Everyone seems to greet him nicely. So the blue-haired girl, Rika, actually sees that Keiichi is kind of freaked out, so she talks to him during lunch one-on-one and says, hey, anything bothering you? And he says, yeah, Reina's kind of crazy, like, she's scaring me. Rika does her nice thing where she consoles him and tells him, it might just be in your head. Like, you might be imagining things to make Reina seem scarier than she actually is. So then Keiichi was like, damn, you got 200 IQ. Yeah, that must be it. She must not be a crazy psycho murderer. So then, yeah, that's all it took to ease Keiichi's mind. So he's trying to be optimistic and hoping that Reina isn't actually this bipolar, scary-ass girl. So then, yeah, he heads home. He finds that his parents aren't there. And then he gets a call from his mom saying, oh yeah, we're gonna head out of town for a business, so you're gonna be alone for a few days. I kinda got shivers because, damn, my man's not gonna have a good time. So then the mom says, oh, I called over Reina to bring you some food. In any other anime, this might be like a great romance thing, but now Keiichi just freaks out. He's like, bruh, I'm not opening this door for her. She kinda knocks and forcefully like guilts him into opening. He's like, Keiichi, do you hate me? Why don't you open the door for me, please, Keiichi? He remembers what Rika said to him earlier where, yeah, everything's in your head. She's not as scary as you think. So yeah, he invites her in. She has this huge kind of bento box. Looks like it's like a layer of bento boxes. Like, so yeah, he watches TV while Reina prepares the meal. And then Reina just opens the layer of bento boxes and you see there's just like so many murder tools that she's just unloading onto his table. It's kind of overkill. There's knives, machetes, hacksaws, handcuffs, like maybe there's a clock, there's some oil, maybe gasoline. She's gonna burn the dude. Just like all these murder tools lined evenly on the table. And Keiichi gets up and wants to talk to Reina. It's like, oh, I'm sorry for misjudging you. And yeah, good timing, bro, because Reina comes at him with the knife. And she explains her motivations. She starts scratching her neck and cutting herself with, like, her fingernails. She says her motivation is that this is all for Oyashiro-sama. I'm gonna kill you and sacrifice myself to the demon as this year's tribute that we heard earlier. And then my dad can finally live his life happy. So yeah, there's some like bombs being dropped right there. And then Keiichi pulls out the golf club to try to defend himself. As a pretty good weapon because the golf club has longer reach than a knife. So thing is, Reina gets the better of him and then she just stabs him. But then this dude Keiichi has the wherewithal to pick up a heavy clock right next to him and smash Reina's head as well. It's like they're taking turns stabbing and smashing heads, and then both of them seem to die in the end. Keiichi has like uber blood loss, and Reina probably has like massive concussion right there. But yeah, just when we thought Keiichi would die though, he survives. He's rushed to the hospital, and they manage to save him. Reina dies though. So apparently blunt force trauma to the head is more deadly than 50 stabs to the sternum, which I think is pretty accurate. I've heard stories of dudes just getting stabbed like 10 times and surviving, so yeah. So Keiichi meets with the green-haired girl, and in the hospital, he's a little traumatized, and then Mion tells him, yeah, it's fucked up, and also our other two friends, the blonde-haired girl and the blue-haired girl, they both died in the same type of method. They got stabbed by a knife. So yeah, the whole squad is dead besides Keiichi and Mion. Fuck it, what the fuck is happening, my dudes? Also, in the end, the nurse comes to ask Keiichi how he's doing. And then she asks, "Is your neck itchy?" And that's similar to what Reina was doing when she was talking about Oishiro-sama. I'm on the edge of my seat trying to find out where this horror show will take us. Okay, so for Jujutsu Kaisen Episode 4, yeah, we get more action, more hyped up fights. We start off with the Cursed Spirit Juvenile Detention Center. It was seen by a window, and we get information where a window is like a person that can detect spirits, but they don't really have the power to fight them. The squad, Yuji, Nobara, and Megumi, get the rundown that there's actually a special great spirit in here. And then they show us the ranking. So a special grade is like class S, and then besides that there's like grade 4, which is the lowest, and 3, 2, 1. So yeah, 4 you could take on really easily with like a baseball bat. 3 you might need a gun. 2 you might need a shotgun. 1 you might need like a fucking tank. And special grade, like bro, you need to get out of there. And then instantly they just get wrecked. One of Megumi's Shadow Hounds got destroyed instantly. I don't know if it got killed forever, but damn. And then Nobara gets sucked through the floor, so now she's in some different basement level. And then now it's just Yuji and Megumi frozen in place because they see the special great spirit. It's so scary that they can't move. And yeah, it looks like it had a cool design. It was like this white-faced monster with just a mouth and a bunch of like spikes and symbols around his body. This dude cannot be fucked with. It cuts off Yuji's hand. Yuji tries to make the first move and stab it, and it just cuts off his hand. So then Yuji has a plan where he tells Megumi, "I'm gonna unleash Sukuna." I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's gonna kill Megumi if he actually unleashes him. So he has a plan to have Megumi just escape while Yuji fights the special grade spirit one-on-one. So yeah, Megumi regrettably runs away. He goes to rescue Nobara, who's not having a good time. And then yeah, the demon knocks him back a lot. He has like this energy barrier that just cuts up Ryuji so much, like some of his fingers just come off. He goes through some emotional moments like, "Oh, I'm gonna die, I regret all of this, like I'm so scared." But then yeah, he realizes that he has to save people. He can't just die like a bitch. So he channels the power of hate and fear, his regrets. Like he basically lets out his emotions and channels it into his fist and just punches the special great spirit. He doesn't really defeat it, but he releases the demon inside of him. Okay, so then Sukuna is just like taking over now. Yeah, Sukuna easily defeats this guy. So he regenerates the body parts that Yuji lost, and he just goes to town. He scares him. He slices him. He summons a malevolent shrine, just transports him into this other world, and it just chops his body into 3 parts. And then it's revealed that the special great spirit has a finger inside of him, so we have another finger collected. So then after Sukuna just saves the day, Yuji doesn't switch back. So Sukuna was like, "Yeah, you can switch back, like it's fine, like I know you have the power to control me and everything." But apparently Yuji is sleeping or something. So then we end in a cliffhanger where Sukuna is free to just do whatever he wants in Yuji's body. Okay, so for The Wandering Witch, episode 4, we get another cool story of Elena. She comes through in this fallen kingdom. It looks like a nuclear Russian wasteland with all this snow and just broken buildings. So she tries to find some shelter in this wasteland of a country. And she enters this castle. So the castle seems to be the only thing intact. And she finds a girl, Mia Rose. So Mia Rose doesn't seem to have any memory of what's happening. But she feeds Elena, takes care of her a bit, and tells her that, oh, this whole country was wrecked by this one fire-breathing monster. His name is Javalier, and he's kind of like a rhinoceros-looking demon monster, huge, just spits fire. And Mia Rose lost her memory, but she has a note that tells her step-by-step instructions on what to do. And the note basically tells Mia Rose that you're a witch and you have to kill Javalier yourself. So Mia Rose is taking it slow because her memory is gradually coming back. She knows how to cook, she knows a few things, but she still waiting for her magical ability to come through. So she says, "Oh, tomorrow I think I'm strong enough to take on this monster." And she asks Elena, "Oh, you want to help me?" And Elena kind of doesn't want to get involved too much, so she's like, "Nah, I'm good. I'll chill. I'll just watch you. You can feed me, I'll mooch off your house, but I won't help you." And then Elena still follows her, though, because, yeah, she wants to see what happens. And, yeah, very cool setup so far. Seems like an action episode. So their strategy is to lure the monster into this giant hole. and then just blast it with magic while it's in the hole. So yeah, Mia Rose lures the monster. The animation is alright. And then what the cool part is Mia Rose just spamming all her magical abilities. She has these red magical orbs that look like they hurt. She has icicles. She has lightning. And she has this final ability, which is just unlimited blade works. Just summoning like a billion blades around her to just cut up Javelier. And yeah, he also tries to fight back a bit. He's pretty durable, but yeah, he dies in the end. Elena sees that Mia Rose is going kind of crazy. Like, she's enjoying this murder. And it's revealed that, yeah, her memory all came back. So this is Mia Rose's official story. Mia Rose was a princess in this kingdom, and she fell in love with the cook of the castle. So then they had a forbidden relationship. She got impregnated by him, and then the dad found out. So he's like, nah, that's not happening. You ain't dating no peasant. He lynches and tortures, burns the cook in front of Mia Rose, and the baby also dies, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, her family's just kind of ripped apart for no reason. Mia Rose is obviously a strong witch, so she seeks revenge. And her plan was basically to turn Javelier, Mia Rose's father, into this giant monster and just destroy the own kingdom by his own hands. So it's like, oh, you rip me apart from my family, I'm gonna rip you apart from your family, which is your kingdom, your people. And yeah, it was pretty brutal. Honestly, it's a cool revenge plotline where both sides got their revenge, and obviously nobody wins with revenge. But damn, and Mia Rose is also really crazy, but she seems to win in the end. Like, this whole Anne Orlando looking deserted kingdom is her prize. Also, we see in the end that the next day when she was preparing breakfast, she was sitting down eating with her imaginary dead husband and dead son. So it was pretty sad that Mia Rose is all crazy, but hey, she has this whole kingdom to herself. And Elena just backs away slowly, and it's like, hey, I'm gonna be out. Just, you never know what you're gonna get with these stories, so I'm looking forward to watching each episode. Okay, so for DanMachi Season 3, Episode 4, it's very exposition heavy. I really enjoyed this episode just because it was something new. They added some more thought-provoking information to this monster arc. So then we realize this dungeon acts like a mother, and it performs reincarnations on these monsters. So that is how they're getting their intelligence. Basically, they're getting killed over and over, like some Dark Souls simulation. And yeah, they keep fighting because, yeah, all they know is death and murder. But then eventually they learn more information, they get smarter, and then basically now they have intelligence. Now they're like a real species. So yeah, that's pretty brutal, but a good amount of world building right there. Also, we find out that Ganesha also helps with this monster-human interaction with this Coliseum, where they're trying to show that monsters aren't all bad. We also see Fel's face. He's an undead sage, so he's like a skeleton, and he helps like bridge the communication between both species. So yeah, Wine leaves Belle and joins up with Zenos in a sad farewell. We'll probably see them again together soon. Soon, some of the Zenos just get ambushed by these hunters. They torture this bird lady. It's pretty brutal, so hopefully not a lot of people die, but we know that they get reincarnated. Okay, so for Sports Climbing Girls, Episode 4. So another funny intro with Konomi dreaming that she was this big bodybuilder. Also, they go bouldering again, and Konomi rejects Kiko's offer of being like a free climbing boulderer full time. She says, oh, I want to stay as a competitive rock climber and be my best and compete in my own way. So yeah, she makes Kiko kind of sad, but then after talking a lot, she convinces Kiko to watch her compete, and they both do their own thing. Konomi goes to a rock climbing shop called Rock Around Rock, and then the store owner is very creepy. She has a foot fetish. She feels up these girls, where she gives Konomi new shoes, but then she has to like rub her feet and analyze her feet to find the correct pair for her. So she gets downturned shoes, which provide more grip. There's two types of rock climbing shoes: flat shoes, which are good for beginners to offer easy foot support, and downturned shoes, which just help you grab the rocks better. So now Konomi can do more pats because she can climb with her legs a lot easier. So then we meet all the other schools in this new preliminary competition. There are more hot girl designs. There's the Saint Katarina school where they're kind of like these panthers. There's the Kurisaka school who are pretty tough, and they have the spider lady. So yeah, we also meet a ballet school rival of Konomi. So random rival she has in the Saint Katarina school. Her name is Kureya, so we'll probably see more next episode. These girls just keep stepping up their climbing game. Waifu designs are insane, and information we're getting provides a great learning experience. Okay, so for Tonikaku Kawaii, episode 4, we come through with Tsukasa alone in her apartment because she ran away from NASA the other episode. But then she gets a cool wife moment where she's like, oh, I should cook for him. And then someone knocks on the door, she opens it, she finds out it's a blonde-haired girl, Chitose. Also, if you don't know, Chitose shares Chika's voice actor from Kaguya, so yeah, more Chika, yeah, I'll take it. Chitose is like this blonde-haired middle school girl who treats Tsukasa as a sister. They're not directly related, but they're part of the same family. And then she just wants to rescue Tsukasa, like come back home. And Tsukasa's like, no, I can't, I'm married. And then Chitose freaks out. She's like, you're married? That sucks, I hate it. Tsukasa kicks out Chitose. And then she meets Nasa on the street while she's sulking in front of the apartment. Nasa kind of consoles her, gives her a handkerchief while she's crying. And then she likes Nasa. But then Nasa reveals that he's Tsukasa's husband. And she instantly hates him. So then she argues with him that, oh, you don't really love her, like, blah, blah, blah. You just met. You can't... Like, how are you gonna love each other when you're so young and getting married? And Nasa, like, he kind of agrees with her. So he out-conversations her by just agreeing with her and saying, oh, yeah, you have some interesting points. They make sense. So, yeah, Nasa's really good at talking. Like, he just, he's so kind of oblivious that he just diffuses every situation with just his words. So then Chitose kidnaps him, brings him into their house. It's like a giant mansion. She realizes that, oh, we can show Tsukasa a picture of him like hugging my maid, making it like he's cheating on Tsukasa. So yeah, it's like a comedic moment. There's a green-haired maid who's kind of airheaded, and then there's like a glasses maid who kind of likes yaoi stuff. So yeah. Nasa finds his chance to escape and all this like craziness though, and then he goes to Tsukasa's old room, and he sees a moon rock perfectly stored in her room. They realize that he doesn't know what Tsukasa really is. She might be like a moon spirit or something. It's not revealed this episode, but yeah, we know Tsukasa has something to do with the moon. But then Tsukasa comes and rescues him, and now they run to an empty church to actually get proposed. And yeah, Nasa hits her with the first kiss right there. Very cool, very romantic ending. Okay, so for the day I became a god, episode 3. Starts off with the sister of Yota. Her name is Sora, and she's running away from a debt collector, and she gets a little injured. She's fine though, but then we get a new story point where her friend's mom runs this ramen shop, and it's kind of doing bad, and it's in a lot of debt. So then Yota, with the help of Odin, makes a plan to revitalize the ramen shop. So then it's called Heaven's Word Ramen Shop. It's run by this kind of like cute anime mom, and she just loves her old ways. So Yota, he does his best Gordon Ramsay impression to just improve everything. They changed the name Heaven's Word Ramen to Fallen Angel, and then they changed the recipe because it was like this no additives ramen, which kind of took too much work and effort to actually like make it economically efficient. So then they've just changed the recipe to just bare bones simple ramen, no fancy ingredients, and then they just add like some MSG for flavor, and it tastes good. And then to add some viral marketing, they add this Bonito Flake water into the ramen, and then like the drop of water is like a fallen angel dropping into your ramen. So that's their tagline. It's pretty interesting. They have like all this cool business strategy. So yeah, they get a lot of customers. And then the debt collector comes through later, and Yota helps fight him off with the help of Odin. She draws like footmarks on the ground because she has a premonition, so she knows how he's gonna fight. So Yota knows how to dodge and punch him out easily. So yeah, they solve that ramen problem. Also, there's some random dude that gets introduced. He has white hair, and he has like this random like AR gloves, which like show him how to hack into cameras to like see everything. So he's like this white-haired rich tech guy, I guess. there's like some story where he works for this company and he's trying to investigate this software engineer. So we don't know where that's gonna go. Maybe it'll tie into the end of the world discussion, but yeah, we will see. Okay, so for Yashahime, episode 4. So the three girls find a way back to feudal Japan where they convince the spirit tree to just let them go through. So we see the three girls doing their own thing in the present time. So Maruha is exercising with these old people, Setsuna is playing the violin and she's really good at it, and Toa is just going to school. But then yeah, they eventually pack up and head to the root head to open the portal. There's like an emotional farewell as they all leave to solve their missions in feudal Japan, learn about their past, defeat the monsters. So they meet the Spirit Tree of Ages, and then she actually asks them for a favor. This favor is to kill a dog demon, Kirin Maru, who is related to Sesshomaru, and he wants to twist time and destroy the world. So that's their main motivation right there. The girls kind of just refuse this. They're like, there's no point. I don't want to do this. Like, why would I help you? That's not our problem. They'll probably warm up to the idea as the season goes on, but yeah, they just reject the tree. So now they have to fight the tree. This fight was pretty interesting because it was very easy, even though the tree was hyped up to be like this strong enemy. Maruha kind of shoots arrows at it, and they reveal a weak point that Toa just stabs through. Okay, so for Haikyuu to the Top Season 2, Episode 4, we get some backstory with Nekoma. It's kind of a cool episode where it's just Kenma, how he plays with others. It's like a dual episode where it's like half of it is the game. So yeah, the other school's plan is to just slow down their offense, because they're both like defensive heavy teams. So if they slow down their offense, then Nekoma will kind of be thrown off their game and be tired. So then the other dude, there's like the dude Yamamoto with the mohawk. And then he's seen working out really hard and is really hard on himself when he loses games or is like even playing the games. The setter tries to ease him, but then they get into a fight, but then the other guy throws water at them and then they get stronger. So then yeah, that's what teams do. They fight and they make stronger bonds. Okay, so for Noblesse, Episode 3, we get some slice of life vibes with all the Noblesse living in Frankenstein's house. They have to clean up their messes, clean up the room. Rai actually helps pick up some garbage as well. We get a funny hacker fight with the red-haired dude's friend, who's apparently the nephew of the police chief, trying to fight off all the bugs and strengthening their security system. So then yeah, he's getting in a hacker fight, he loses. Shinwoo pulls the cord from his laptop accidentally. So yeah, the Union are trying to get some information. They actually wanted to find out where M21 was. M21 has a nice moment where he's like, oh, I'm getting paid money, I'm almost living like a human. Like, maybe my life has meaning now. And then he gets interrupted with Shark and Hammer, who are part of the Union. Shark has a bunch of knives where he fights with. He just cuts you up like a savage. And then, yeah, M21 seems to be outmatched here. And then Regis comes through. He roasts them. He's like, yeah, you guys aren't human. You got some big-ass stomach, he says to Hammer. And then he says, Shark, oh, your haircut looks whack. Regis can't really back up his words because he gets wrecked in the fight. M21 has to protect him. And then, yeah, this dude Kranz drops in. He's the leader of this group. It's revealed the group name is MA5. And they take M21. They're probably going to interrogate him to where's Drake and Mary. Regis was kind of annoying this episode just because he... Like, I know they're setting up for Regis' character development, where he acts like a bitch, he doesn't like the experiments, but damn, it's kind of painful to watch him and get fooled. Like, he's like, oh, did M21 willingly join up with them? No, obviously he was kidnapped, bro. He was, like, being attacked, like, to save your ass. Okay, so for Dropout Idol Fruit Tart, Episode 2. So then, the squad goes to their school. They need to work on their popularity, so they try to drop a mixtape. It's introducing more of their personality. We get a lot of anime punchlines in this episode. So yeah, the comedy's pretty on point. Ino is in charge of the lyrics of their new CD, and she's trying to match the cuteness of everyone. Lots of Yuri vibes in this episode. Next episode, they'll do kind of a live show in like a parking lot with the Cream Idol group. Okay, so for Fire Force Season 2, episodes 14 to 17, I was just waiting for the arc to finish up to review this whole arc in its entirety. It was a very crazy arc. It's like a clusterfuck of everyone just coming through to... Everyone just teamed up to save Nataku, and then they're just fighting each other, teaming up with each other. Just very funny. And then seeing Nataku with his big nuclear attack was also cool. It starts with Shinra going to the Hajime facility. They do like child experiments and stuff. There's the Ash and Reaper guy Kurano who can make like weapons out of his ash. And then he's pretty strong himself, and he loves like harassing the weak. That's his gimmick. So yeah, just team ups everywhere. We see Arrow's thick ass right there. Finally, bro, miss me with that Tamaki shit. Give me some more Arrow. Every pillar has a protector, and we're moving on to the next arc. Probably with Iris, we'll see what she has going on for her. And yeah, so to summarize, this arc was basically go to the Hajime facility, save Nataku, realize that he's batshit crazy. We get his backstory where he has a lot of pressure put on him by his parents to succeed. Basically like any kind of Asian type of family where it's like, yeah, you need to get straight A's, you need to be good at this thing, or else we'll be disappointed in you. Kurano, the Ashen Reaper, just cutting up the body. There's like also this undead girl that can make undead flame demons. So yeah, just like I said, a whole clusterfuck of an arc. Just great action and fighting. This season 2 was lit. Also, the OP was also really good. It stacks up to the Fire Force, just strong OPs. All the OPs are really nice to listen to. This one, it took actually a bit. It's from Kanabun, so you know the vocals are nice. Just it took a bit to get into, so it took me a few episodes to actually appreciate it.